Yeah, so our outdoor recreation program here starts obviously at the beginning of school and moves through each stage and builds progressively on year. So when students reach the senior school space, years 10, 11 and 12, I actually think it's where the camps get awesome. And I feel like when I speak with students, that's the feedback that I get. In year 10, I think it's safe to say that students go on the most challenging camp that they're met with, but they're really well prepared for that. The years prior have built them up to it. They actually go to the same location that they do in year 9, but then they're taking on a whole range of new challenges. And to be honest, although students might be apprehensive at first at the prospect of going on that camp, every student that I talk to all the way through to year 12 will reflect and tell me that year 10 was their favourite. And I think it's because of the challenge, because they're going out and doing that hike, they're camping out overnight, they're taking on challenges that they've probably never really taken on before. And yes, it's difficult and it might have challenges along the way, but they work together, they build resilience. And by the time they get to the end, they feel so good that they've been able to do it. And I think for the senior school, that's a really great moment. The very first week of coming into that calendar year of year 10, going with their friends, taking on those challenges and then succeeding and getting to the end of it sets them up for success for the senior school space. They've taken on a huge challenge and they kind of get this opportunity to recognise that they can do hard things and that there is reward at the end of doing those hard things. And to be honest, the senior school years have some hard things that they need to tackle. So being able to have that experience early on, they can then draw back to that and reflect on it when things are getting tough in the classroom or within the senior school space, pressures of different things building up. So that's year 10. Year 11 is a really amazing camp opportunity for the students. There's a lot of independence with year 11 camp. They have to organise their own food. They have to budget. They have to map that out. They have to work together and collaborate in groups. They have to camp. Well, a lot of them choose to camp out, and so they're looking after all of their own needs. They're taking on a whole lot of responsibility that some of them really have never done before. And again, that camp's great. They do some really fun activities. They get to go and do surfing and kayaking and things like that are really great for them to get involved with. But they're also showing so much independence in the way that they are treated and the way that they then are expected to behave. And then they also have a service aspect on that camp. They actually get to go into the community and do a whole range of different things, which the students find really, really rewarding. And I think it's character building for them. And then we get to year 12, and it's the best camp, and that's done intentionally like that. It's so much fun. The students that go on that camp get to go on whitewater rafting, which is just epically awesome. It's again a huge challenge, and the kids get really a bit nervous at times about that, but once again, it's a once in a lifetime opportunity, and they are just ecstatic once they've conquered it. They spend a whole day river rafting, and it's just phenomenal. They also go and do a whole heap of fun, really, really fun things up in Coffs Harbour, and they just love it. It's a camp where they get to really just celebrate that final year. It's their final camp, so the vibes are already high as soon as they get there, and it's just a really great celebration. I also think, I know that it's that some people will feel uncertain if they've come into our school from elsewhere. They'll feel uncertain about the idea of camp as the very first thing that the students are doing. Both students and parents, I know, can feel that at times, but it works so well. The students go on that camp, they've been on a break from seeing each other, whether they've come from another school and it's their first year here, or even just the break they've been on away from their peers. And that first week, spending it with all of their peers, developing those relationships or rekindling them, as it might be sometimes, is such a good foundation for them to begin the year with all of those connections that they've got. I've seen that it's just a really, really awesome opportunity for them.